turned 4 in June of 2018. It had been a year since we buried my mother and my mother-in-law. I was starting to come to grips with the fact that they weren't getting better. From January of 2018 until about July or August of 2018, I became obsessed with fixing them because I finally admitted to myself that there was something wrong. So I just lived on my phone, you know, because your phone is your computer and you can do all your research from your phone. Article after article, I convinced myself that if I could fix their gut and their dietary problems, that they would magically start talking. And start developing. And I tried everything. Keto, as an aside, Frankie, my oldest son, because of his glycogen storage disease, he basically doesn't metabolize carbohydrates. He can't use carbohydrates for energy. It's a neuro disorder. The nebulous they, already knows that neuro disorders like epilepsy, the symptoms improve very well when you utilize a ketogenic diet, which is high fat, no carbs, and medium protein. Well, Frankie thrives on a keto diet. And I thought, well, why not try it with the twins? What if it's neuroinflammation? What if that's causing their autism? Then let's calm the brain down and cut out carbs. That was the most miserable 2 months of my life. That was January and February of 2018, and I will never do that again. All of the things that are going on in our life, and I stopped the world to do food prep. Keto diet is a great diet if you do it right. And there's a whole, you can talk for 10 hours about keto. It works for Frankie. From a medical standpoint, medically, he needs to be in ketosis. That's his optimal living point, is being in keto. There is so much food prep involved with keto, especially when you have 4 children, and I can't maintain it. If I did not work and all I ever did was food prep, number one, I wouldn't be able to afford the food because I wouldn't be working, so I couldn't afford it. Number two, that's all you ever do is food prep. Well, food became my hobby. So once we finally figured out that ketosis wasn't doing it, then I thought, well, let's do gluten-free and casein-free. Well, fast forward to, what is it now? December of 2018, a year later. Goldfish is one of the 10 things that they will eat. Cheez-Its. I just gave up and threw that towel in and said, I can't sustain it. Maybe if I had somebody move in full-time just to do food prep and just to provide the money for me to go get the ingredients that you need to do keto or gluten-free or casein-free. So all of that to say, I couldn't fix them. In August of 2018, it finally hit me. May of 2018, the last day of school, their teacher had said, we need to have an IEP meeting. However, I don't think the meeting is going to be very long, because they showed no progress over the past year. She was just as puzzled as I was. They didn't progress. That IEP is gonna look exactly the same for the new year. And so I went home in May extremely depressed, despondent, in despair. What can I do? Why can't I fix them? Why are all the dietary changes not working? What about the strict schedule that I'm trying to maintain? What about trying to work full-time? What about Frankie's illness? What about Frank's back? What about, I miss my mother. I miss my mother. I can't even call her and talk to her about it. So we lived that summer of 2018, we just coasted. I quit worrying so much about food. I was still kind of trying to stay gluten-free, but it was hit or miss. And then the end of August of 2018, I took them for the first day back to school. And that was the day that I saw the other mother break down in the parking lot, because she had just dropped off her beautiful child who looked normal. And I realized her baby's not normal either. And I just wanted to touch her on the shoulder and say, sister, I totally get you. And I am so glad that we're at school right now because I'm about to get 6 hours of free time. I can go take a nap if I want to. And I'm not doing any food prep, dang it. I'm not doing any food prep. Anyway, that was the day that I posted that video on Facebook. Just said, I give up, I don't care. Hey world, they're autistic. Where we are now is we still don't have a medical diagnosis. We have an educational diagnosis through the Board of Education. They will be re-evaluated from an educational standpoint at age 7. But now I'm finally at a place where I love them the way they are. Their worth to me does not lie in whether or not they can talk. Those are the children that God gave me. Those are the children, the way they are right now, who I am supposed to be loving and taking care of and raising. It's okay. And when the sadness hits me, I have to just stop and cry. Y'all know, you just have to stop and cry. And there is no, oh, don't cry, it'll get better. It's not gonna get better. You just have to grieve. Just like I grieve my mother and my mother-in-law, I have to grieve that loss of expectation. I expected them to be normal. What do I do with twin 14-year-old boys who are hormonal and angry and outbursts, and it's gonna get a lot more difficult. My 14-year-old right now is 6 feet tall. Is that how the twins are gonna be? I don't know. I just know that I'm gonna have to take it 5 minutes at a time sometimes. It's kind of our journey so far. I don't wanna leave you with no hope. Like, we really are okay. We just keep putting one foot in front of the other and keep doing our thing. Now I am ready to seek the medical diagnosis. I actually got the number to a new behavioral clinic on a piece of paper in my purse, and I have not brought myself to actually call the number yet and make the appointment. Y'all just cross your fingers and pray for me that I can actually take that step, because it is emotionally heavy and sometimes it's just easier not to think about it, but I have to think about it. I have to go do it. I've got to go do it. I've got to go make that call. So anyway, that's where we are right now. They're 4 years old as of the recording of this video. They have made some progress. They can now do hand over hand a little bit. They can now take hand over hand and take me to where what they want. Like Alex is obsessed with being outside. Put my hand on the doorknob, which half the time I have to tell him, no, buddy, it's not time to go outside because it's literally 35 degrees out here and raining. And there's a whole nother video that I've done where I talk about what they will actually eat now, which is about a dozen things. And we just eat the same dozen things over and over again. That's our story. That's how I knew they were autistic, and hopefully you can see all the examples. So thanks for watching. If you like our channel, if you've run across us, and if you enjoy our videos, hit that like button, hit the notifications bell so you don't miss a single episode. I release my videos on Wednesdays and Saturdays. If our story resonates with you, click share and get our message out there. I want to raise awareness for what it's like to raise autistic nonverbal twin boys, that it can be a good thing, that it can be fun and exciting, exhausting and tedious, and blessed, and it's a blessed life. Leave me a comment. I've had lots of people comment to me on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and let me know that they have some of the same struggles. I've got a set of twins that are autistic nonverbal. I've raised my child who is nonverbal. I've made so many connections and we've built such a community, and I really appreciate that. So leave me a comment and let me know, and I will keep y'all posted, and I'm sure I'll probably make a video about that whole medical evaluation at some point as soon as it happens. Thanks for listening, thanks for watching, thanks for living this with us, And as always, y'all know I look forward to next time.